Please be seated. The Memphis City Council meeting is now about to come into order. Valerie. Valerie.
Very much so.
Darby. Sergeant of Arms, please call out June 21st, 2022 council meeting to order.
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. Council of the City of Memphis, this is our call to work for the transaction of business, so to adjourn. All rise, please.
I would like to recognize our chaplain of the day, Pastor Leon Jones of the Dwelling Place, invited by Councilwoman Rhonda Logan. The prayer will be immediately followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor Jones, please lead us in prayer. If you could please approach the podium.
Dear God, we thank you for today and we bless your name from whom all blessings flow. God, we invite you to enter into this meeting. Give us wisdom on how to go in and come out. Our city and our neighborhoods are in trouble, and God, we invoke your presence. We invoke you to lead us and guide us in the way that we should go. And we pray that all endeavors will be done today decent and in order, and that even in this setting, it'll still bring glory to your name. God, we ask you to watch over our families and our children and our grandchildren. And God, we ask you to cap this crime. Oh God, and give us love that flows from heart to heart and man to man. Thank you for all that are present. And God, I ask that you will send a blessing with our names on it. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilwoman Logan, you may be recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to read for your hearing the City of Memphis, Tennessee, by the City Council. Greetings. It hereby known that Reverend Leon Jones, in recognition of a life of exemplary qualities, outstanding service to the city, meritorious involvement in humanitarian affairs, and demonstrated concern for the governmental processes, has been appointed Chaplain of the Day of the Memphis City Council, and is hereby entitled to all of the honors, rights, privileges, and prerogatives appertaining to the office and to the display of this certificate given under this seal this 21st day of June 2022. Jamita E. Swearingen, Chairman, presented by Rhonda Logan, member of the City Council. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very kindly, Pastor Leon Jones. We appreciate you so much. You have warmed our hearts spiritually, and we would look forward to you returning to the Memphis City Council. Madam Comptroller, please call the roll.
Thank you. Councilmember Canali. Councilmember Canali. Carlisle. Present. Colvette. Here. Easter Thomas. Present. Ford. Present. Johnson. Present. Jones. Here. Logan. Present. Morgan. Here. Robinson. Present. Smiley. Warren. Present. Chairwoman Swearingen.
Present.
Chairwoman Swearingen, you have a quorum.
Thank you very kindly. I believe Vice Chair Jones has read minutes for our June 7th meeting.
Madam Chair, I've reviewed the minutes and find them to be in order, and I move the adoption of the June 7th meeting minutes.
Okay, can you do it electronically?
Yes.
This item has been moved by Vice Chair Jones, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Madam Controller, please conduct a roll call vote to approve the minutes of the June 7th, 2022 meeting.
Carlisle, yes. Colvette, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
And Jones, too.
Councilmember Jones
And Johnson.
may be added to this roll call for yes, and also Councilmember Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Welcome to the June 21st, 2022 regular meeting of the Memphis City Council. Comment cards are available for members of the public wishing to be heard on a specific item. Our Sergeant of Arms has agendas available up front. Please be mindful that all cards must be completed in their entirety, including the item number you wish to speak on. Cards that include a topic that are left blank will be held until the end of the meeting for the general comments section. All those wishing to speak on an item must turn in their comment cards to the Sergeant of Arms before the item is called. As chair, I will only recognize citizens that properly registered to speak by submitting a completed comment card to the Sergeant at Arms. Please be reminded that all must abide by the rules of decorum during our council meeting. And one housekeeping item, please place your phones on silent. Madam Comptroller, item 28 has been withdrawn. Item 26 has been tabled. Our add-on items are items 28 through 39. Our same night minute items will be items 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 1.
Item number 1 is a resolution honoring the Memphis Music Initiative. This resolution is sponsored by Chairwoman Swearingen.
Thank you. When I woke up this morning, I had no idea I was speaking in front of the Memphis City Council. So thanks for this opportunity. My name is Stephen Lee. I'm the founder and executive director of the Memphis Jazz Workshop. We are a performance arts organization that teach jazz to students, just kids all over this city. We celebrated 5 years this year. So we accumulated probably over $2 million in scholarships. I brought a couple of our former students with us These, I can't say kids because they're older now. These are our former students. We have Tyler Kane on acoustic bass. He's a Central graduate. He attends University of Tennessee in Knoxville. We have Kenneth Reed. Oh, you count Tyler Kane. We have Kenneth Reed on a alto sax. He's a University of Memphis student. He's a student of Overton, right? So Kenneth Reed. So also thanks to the Memphis Music Initiative for this opportunity, because I tell everybody, it wasn't for them, this organization would not exist. So I just want to publicly thank Memphis Music Initiative. So we're going to play this one song. We're just going to be here for a couple of minutes. This is a jazz standard called Green Dolphin Street. So hopefully we have some jazz lovers in here. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Vice Chair, you sure we're at Memphis City Council meeting? Whereas, if you all would please come forward and stand beside me, and thank you so much for sharing your gifts with the city of Memphis. If you would please come up, because you were instrumental in allowing us to have this great talent. Whereas, when worthy circumstances arise, the Memphis City Council seek to honor worthy citizens and organizations in our communities and our great city, and sees fit to recognize the accomplishments of the Memphis Music Initiative. And whereas the Memphis Music Initiative seeks to empower Memphis youth with strong programmatic offerings, strategic capacity buildings, and music engagement activities for primary Black and Latino youth and communities across Memphis and the Mid-South. And whereas investing in youth in two ways, the Memphis Music Initiative first directs programs that will connect youth to high quality in school, after school, and summertime opportunities. And second, by providing funding and resources to advance organizations working with young people. And whereas on May 26, 2022, the Hershey Company and Music Initiative announced a multi-year partnership to elevate Black voices through music in celebration of June as Black Music Month. And whereas the partnership would allow youth and staff from the Memphis Music Initiative to collaborate with Hershey in developing a new pilot campaign, The Beat of the Future, which will honor the rich music legacy of the Memphis and celebrating the city music and the transformation role of music that it plays for youth across the city. And whereas the campaign will also feature a limited edition Kit Kat Hershey cookies and cream bar with packaging designed by Black artists. Each design will have the Memphis Music Initiative logo on the front and QR code to access a unique campaign website on the back, bringing national recognition to the innovative and impactful nonprofit from Memphis. And now, therefore be it resolved that we honor the Memphis Music Initiative for their outstanding work in the community with Memphis youth and for positively representing the city of Memphis on the national stage. And be it therefore resolved through ink and imparchment are most inadequate to honor such an aspiration organization such as Memphis Music Initiative. We nonetheless recognize and honor their commitment and service to the city of Memphis with the utmost and most sincere respect. Given by my hand and under the great seal of the city of Memphis this day in June 2022, signed by Jamita Swearingen, the chairman of the Memphis City Council representing District 4. Memphis music is recognized throughout the world. We appreciate you, the Memphis youth, for allowing us to continue to be on the map. And thank you for sharing with us during this Memphis City Council meeting. We applaud you, and we look forward to your immediate return. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up again, please, for Memphis Music Initiative. The Memphis City Council would like to give you some tokens. Okay. And if you would like to share your
Hello, my name is Dr. Rashetta Watkins. I am the Director of Grant Making and Partnerships for Memphis Music Initiative. And I want to say on behalf of the entire organization, we have Brianna Harrington, Kathy Lindenmeyer, where did she go? Janet Thompson, and Lawrence Blackwell here representing, as well as, so happy to have one of our grantees, Steve Lee with the Memphis Jazz Workshop. We are so excited and elated at this recognition, and we look forward to continuing our best to elevate Memphis music and to also create pathways for young people to continue to be a part of this tradition. Thank you very much again, Chairwoman Swearingen, for this recognition.
Dr. Watkins, I just wanted to thank you and the Memphis Music Initiative for this particular collaboration. Colleagues, Mr. Lee is one of our grant recipients, and so if you have any leftover available funds, Lee Jazz Omega, one of his is the organization that's listed here. Lee Jazz Omega, is that right? Yes, sir. Okay. Yes. But that's on our list. That's on our list here. I think there was something that was taking place at Southwest a couple of years ago that I had a chance to participate. Put us on the email distribution list for the next time you have a performance. But I just wanted to add that, and then also commend the Memphis Music Initiative for the work that they're continuing to do. And thank you, Madam Comptroller. Would you call item number 2, please?
Item number 2 is a resolution approving a special use permit for used vehicle sales at 2328 Elvis Presley Boulevard. This resolution is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development, and it was held from March 22nd. Also, Vice Chair Jones, on our first resolution, we're recording that as unanimously approved by all council members present.
Yes.
Number 2, you ready?
Is there anyone to speak on item number 2? Okay.
Mr. Chair,
okay. Yes. The floor is yours.
Okay. Brett Davis, Division of Planning and
Mr.
Development.
Davis, let me, will somebody move this item, please? The
recommendation at first went down to move it to a different date and time, such as today. So I move that we proceed with this resolution.
Okay. Is there a second on this item? Okay. And please note for the record, we've been joined by Councilman Canal.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to get this presentation up on the?
Is that it?
Okay, we have it up here, the slide deck. Again, Brett Davis with the Division of Planning and Development, case number SUP 21-37. This is a request to allow used vehicle sales in the Alcee Ball neighborhood. Some general information. 2328 Elvis Presley Boulevard, located in District 4 and Super District 8, represented by Ms. Evelyn Royston. The area is 1.4 acres, and the parcel is zoned CMU3. And here is a map showing the location of the site just inside the loop. Subdivision, this is a vicinity map showing all nearby property owners that received notice of public hearing. A satellite photo of the site showing that there is already significant vehicle storage and probable vehicle sales happening illegitimately. A zoning map showing the site's location in the Elvis Presley commercial corridor with single-family residential uses on either side. The blue represents institutional, so we do see that there are 2 churches immediately adjacent to this site. And some photos looking north down Elvis Presley, south, There is an existing furniture store on site that is owned and operated by the applicant, who would also like to be able to sell used vehicles in the same location. Here's that survey and a site plan showing where the vehicles would be stored. There would be additional pavement added to the rear of the site to accommodate that storage. In conclusion, we do find, and I'm looking here at the third bullet point, that this proposed use, given its outdoor storage and auto-oriented nature, may have an injurious impact on the community development efforts underway in the Alcee Ball neighborhood. Moreover, the subject site is within 150 feet of a single-family zoning district and abuts 2 churches, one of which submitted a letter of opposition. There are 5 existing vehicle sales businesses within a half-mile of this site, suggesting there is no regional need for an additional such business in this area. Again, CMU 3 zoning is meant to accommodate regional commercial needs. We additionally found that this request is inconsistent with the Memphis 3.0 comprehensive plan, which designates this as part of an anchor neighborhood meant to be a walkable shed centered around an anchor. And for these reasons, we are recommending rejection. The Land Use Control Board also recommended rejection. And if approved, we are recommending conditions that would require significant site upgrades, including the installation of a curb and sidewalk along Elvis Presley. The Planning and Zoning Committee did send this down without a recommendation earlier today. 3 months ago, that committee held this case for 3 months and requested 2 things. Number 1, a full set of design drawings, and number 2, that the applicant host 2 neighborhood meetings, at least one of which be at that church, that the New Hope Baptist Church, which submitted the letter of opposition. To my knowledge, neither of these has happened. And here's our recommendation along with conditions we recommend if approved. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, do I have any remarks from the council? Not having any? Or would you like us to hear from the applicant and then opposition?
Would like to hear from them first, please.
Okay. Okay, is the applicant here? Would you like to speak? Yes. We'll give you 5 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Yes, hello, Chairwoman Swearinger. My name is Evelyn Royston, 2809 Kirby Parkway, Memphis, Tennessee.
Excuse me, Madam Controller, do you mind set the clock for 5 minutes? If you could share your name and your address for the records, please.
Yes, my name is Evelyn Royston, 2809 Kirby Parkway, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119.
Thank you very kindly. You may proceed.
Chairwoman Swearinger, we're requesting a hold an additional 30 days. I understand that the owner do have some cars parked on the premises, and they are not according to the site plan that was submitted. So we're requesting another 30-day hold for him to get the lot in the order per the site plan that was submitted to the staff at Office of Planning and Development.
Please, let's hear from the opposition.
Okay, opposition. I have 2 cards, one from Kevin Willis and one from Robert Matthews. Kevin, together you have 5 minutes, so you probably have 2.5 minutes, and the other person has 2.5. Please state your name and your address.
Kelvin Willis, 6283 Holly Park, Memphis, Tennessee, 38141. Good afternoon to Chair Swearingen and the rest of the City Council. My name is Kelvin Willis. Can you hear me? Okay. My name is Kelvin Willis, and you have already received 2 letters from me in my capacity as a trustee of the New Hope Baptist Church of Memphis, stating our unalterable, steadfast, and vigorous opposition to this special use permit. For the sake of time, I will only highlight the reasons why this application should be rejected. As Land Use Control Board staff has said, there is no need for another car lot, auto repair shop, car storage facility, or car junkyard in that block. For those of you who are familiar with the 2300 block of Elvis Presley, there's already a car lot at the corner of Norris Road. If you pass the extended stay hotel to the applicant's use, then you have our campus, and then there's also a car repair facility to our immediate south. Across the street, there are also 2 other car lots that are on the premises. So we say that there is no need for another car lot. As also has been stated, the application is contrary to the stated purposes of Memphis 3.0. It was rejected by the Land Use Control Board staff and by the Land Use Control Board in March. The applicant, in violation of state law and Shelby County codes, has been actively engaged in the sales of cars prior to the granting of this application and the necessary state permitting. In fact, if it has not already been done, County Code Enforcement had planned to cite the applicant for this unlawful activity. New Hope has taken an abandoned, deserted, blighted eyesore, formerly known as the Bellevue Drive-In, and converted it to a beautiful campus of over 11 acres. We have invested over $3 million to build a sanctuary, the R.J. Matthews Family Life Center, and to beautify and maintain our grounds. Our investment of treasure, talent, and time should not be devalued by another needless car lot. Therefore, in closing, I respectfully urge that in keeping with the stated goals of Memphis 3.0, the recommendation of staff and the Land Use Control Board, that you as a body reject this application. Thank you for your time.
How are you doing, Pastor?
I'm fine.
Thank you. If you would please share your name and address for the records, we would be most appreciative.
My name is Robert J. Matthews, and I'm the senior pastor of the New Hope Baptist Church of Memphis. I was born and raised in the community, right around the church, as well as the proposed car lot that they're talking about. New Hope is in the heart of the community, with the community at heart. And that being said, of course, I am in opposition to anything and everything that carries the community down and not bring it up. When I spoke with the representative of the proposed question, I strongly voiced my opposition. Kelvin Willis, the previous speaker, has vividly spoken our sentiments today, and I simply say, but sincerely say, the New Hope Baptist Church strongly oppose the proposal of the used car lot in the property. He has already given the reasons why, but because it is a serious eyesore, both the front and the back. The back is somewhat hidden by bushes and trees and other things that may be even dangerous and invite crime. Yes, I do speak for others in the community who could not be here today. However, there are members of the New Hope Baptist Church that stand with me to represent our opposition to what destines to be a glorified junkyard. Pastor Duggar, Pastor Maples, and Pastor Turner are all in agreement with what I'm saying, and we ask you to think about what's best for the community and not what a few people want. And we do not want that in our community at all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very kindly. I yield back to you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair, so much. At this time, I will entertain comments from the City Council. I see, yes.
We have
Carlisle is in the queue.
Councilwoman. We have Councilman Warren firstly in the queue.
Oh, Warren, okay.
To be recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to make sure that the applicant is asking for a hold, is that correct? And Land Use Control Board sees no reason for a hold? Our staff, is there a reason we should be holding this? There's no reason that you have that we should hold this. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Councilman Carlisle. You may be recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is Ms. Royston, would you mind clarifying something for me? You made a comment. Am I to understand that cars are already being parked on this lot?
Yes, sir. It was brought to my attention that he has cars parked on the side when we clearly have enough room in the rear on the east side, and that's how the plans were submitted for parking to go in the rear. So that is one of the reasons why I was requesting another 30-day hold so he could clear that up.
Am I to understand that he's operating this business? Your client needs to cease and desist. He does not have the proper zoning to operate a used car business, period. So where they are parked in your site plan are insignificant because he does not have the proper zoning approvals to do so. You have a CMU3 zoning, which means that a commercial business and other approved uses can operate there. A used car lot, site plan aside, cannot operate there. So you're operating an illegal business by having those cars out there if the sole purpose is to sell, lease, or trade for those automobiles. I don't know where there may be some gray area as out there as a showcase, but your client is in violation of city ordinance and those cars need to be moved off that property, like immediately.
It is my understanding that the cars, according to what the owner told me, that they're just parked there, that he hasn't received his state licensing to sell. So he had ownership to these cars and that he's not operating a sales lot at this time.
I'll bet if I gave him a call and asked him if he'd sell me a car, he'd probably at least say he's open to the idea. But I'd tell your client to tread very carefully. And we've had a couple instances here before this body where people did the work and then came back and asked for forgiveness. I appreciate everyone from the community coming out. I'm welcome to listen to the body on whether they want to hold it or not, but I can tell you from what I've seen and my experience that there is no way that I could support a used car sale lot in this location based on the density of other critical mass used car lots. And to be frankly honest, and this is no offense to your client, but from what I've seen since my time on the council when it comes to a lot of these used car lots, as they become almost as bad as a payday lender when it comes to the financing terms and how they treat the lots and what it ends up doing. But all in all, for me, I've heard from two of the largest stakeholders in their communities, and I've seen what's on that street. And so, again, if the body wants to hold it, that's fine, but I'm not going to be in support of this. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very kindly. I'm next in the queue. This is in the heart of District 4, Super District 8. We have been hearing about this matter for over a year and a half, and they have given that business due diligence and making all corrections that have been necessary. And you and I have had a candid conversation, and I appreciate you representing an entrepreneur. But as you well know, that owner has been given many opportunities to make corrections. Even 4 months ago, he was asked to move those vehicles from in front of his business to the rear of his business. I passed there today, and they're still in front and on the side of his business after already have been given 120 days. You're asking for an additional 30 days. I am truly opposed of the delay because it seems to me that he is just being uncooperative. The church, they have been there. They've tried to negotiate. They have shared how blightful it is. As we all know, that is a state street. You're about 4 blocks from an historic Elvis Presley mansion. And the last thing we need is additional blight on that street where we have a lot of tourists and have a great, they just shared, $3 million church next door. I think at this point, everyone, we believe enough is enough. And I am not one that likes a lot of auto sales, tire shops, car washes within our community anyway, especially when they are not kept up. And especially when you have been given the opportunity to make the necessary corrections and that they have not taken place. I will be opposed to the delay, and I would like for us to vote on this today. Thank you very kindly. Councilwoman Robinson, you're next in the queue.
Thank you, Chairwoman Swearingen. You have spoken most eloquently. I just wanted to state that when I saw this and I saw Elvis Presley Boulevard, I looked up the address immediately because I don't want to see this kind of business in my district on that street, and we butt up to one another. We're trying to clean up Elvis Presley Boulevard because that's the front door to our community. That's where people come in from the airport. They come down Winchester or Brooks and they get on Elvis Presley, and we want it to look its best. But because I know where it is, and I didn't know how the church felt about it, I didn't know the things that I've heard here today, but because I grew up in that community and I know the neighbors who are over there, this does not, to me, fit the community in which they want to place it. I do not support, and I say that, and I don't normally do this, but I don't support this particular venture on Elvis Presley Boulevard, and I am not going to support used car lots or tote the notes car lots in poor, impoverished communities. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Councilwoman Johnson, you to be recognized.
For the opportunity. I too will not be supporting for an extension. I think that the applicant has had ample time to make the necessary corrections or come through with the additional requests. And if he could not do it in 120 days, what would make us think that he's going to carry on and do anything differently in the future? And also, speaking on behalf of the church, which I know has been a very stable and outgoing church in that community making a difference, they are totally opposed to it, and I support the church efforts. And I think everybody on this council too should do the same and not allow any additional car lots to be added to the Elvis Presley extension of Elvis Presley Boulevard. Thank you, Chair. And I call for the question.
Thank you very kindly. Madam Comptroller, could you please clear the screens so we may vote on this item? A yes vote would allow this business to remain on Elvis Presley. A no vote would decline it.
Correct. Yes, bad today.
Canale, no. Carlisle, no. Colvette, no. Easter Thomas, no. Ford, no. Johnson, no. Jones, no. Logan, no. Morgan, no. Robinson, no. Warren, no. Chairwoman Swearingen, no.
This motion fails. Chairman Carlisle, you may be recognized.
Chair, I would ask, I would move that this vote be added with same night minutes for the sole purpose of ensuring that those cars get off of that lot as soon as possible in order to give code more assurance that we're very serious about that not operating as business.
I agree wholeheartedly, and thank you so much. Councilman or Vice Chair Jones, you may be recognized.
I wanted to address those community members who came down, and although you didn't come up to speak, but your presence here speaks volumes. So I want to encourage you, if there are any issues that are affecting your community, reach out to us, call us, email, if you are able to come down to council chambers. But we pay a lot of attention when people take time out of their days, retired or not, to come down and voice whatever concerns may be for your community. That's the only way we can know what you really feel and what your sentiments are. So thank you for coming.
Thank you very kindly. And a point of personal privilege, one of the Memphis musicians, Ms. Pfeiffer, I see you out there, and probably your husband, he sings with the police department. And thank you so much for not only being a musical voice, but a voice for the constituents within the city of Memphis. Yes. Councilman Ford, you're to be recognized.
Thanks, Chair. I don't want to tell my age, but Reverend, stand up. Brother Matthew. He was my 9th grade teacher.
Fairly.
Music teacher. He can play, sing, and do everything you want. He's the pastor. I want all of his members to know, hey, he can do it all. And we just appreciate you. Thank you. And all the neighborhood.
Did we get that added?
Councilwoman Johnson, you may be recognized.
Microphone.
Turn on your microphone, please.
I'm sorry, we have some other celebrity in regards to music that's well known throughout the community. It's Regina and her husband. I
Thank you
can
very much.
recognize out for the services y'all give every place. They are available, and I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
Councilman Ford, he brought all the musicians with him today. Thank you very kindly. Madam Controller, please let's travel to the consent agenda.
Item number 3, notations from the Land Use Control Board that the following cases were heard and recommendations made requesting a date of public hearing. A, case number MJR 22-23, PD 95-380 Chorus, Rains Road Plan Urban Development. The suggested date of public hearing is July 12, 2022. Case number B is MJR 22-13, PD 82-032 Chorus, Gurley Winchester Road Plan Development. And that public hearing also is July 12th, 2022. Item number 4 is from our engineering division, a resolution approving the engineering plans for State Line North, 5414 and 5420 Two-Lane Road. There's a request for same night minutes. The contract number is 5405. Item number 5 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for DMC Mobility Center signal modifications at Main and Bill. There's a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5406. Item number 6 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for 4726 and 4730 Summer Avenue, Asper 21-038. There's a request for same night minutes. Item number 7 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for South Ridge Industrial Park, 6401 East Shelby Drive. There's a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5408. Item number 8 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for Fill and Go South 3rd, SUP 20-12. There's a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5409. Item number 9 is a resolution accepting public improvements at Velo at Shelby Farms and authorizing release of bond. There's a request for same night minutes. The original contract was CR-5313 and the amended contract is CR-5313AM. And I think that concludes our consent agenda items. Chairwoman Swearingen.
Thank you very kindly. Councilman Corbett, you may be recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. Staff, item 3B, the Gurley Winchester Road Plan Development. Is that for a billboard? I promise it's not a trick question. Staff, wherever you are. That's not good.
Would you like to share that question with planning and zoning?
Tell you what, colleagues, if there's no objection, I'd like to offer a friendly amendment to item 3B. Can we push that to the first meeting in August, please?
Okay, it's been a request to hold item 3B to our next council meeting. Can we do that without any objections? Great.
Thank you.
So, Madam Comptroller, may we please vote on the consent agenda as we delete item 3B and hold it until the next one.
So we'll go back and note item number 3, case A, will be held. Thank you.
3B.
3B is held until the first meeting in August. Nothing else changes.
Thank you.
August or July?
He said.
I understand that.
Quick question, Madam Chair, are we amending the date of the public meeting that is being set, or are we holding the item that will then set the date of the public meeting?
Can I clarify? I apologize, colleagues. To clarify, I was simply postponing the date of a public hearing until our first meeting in August. I apologize for the confusion.
Okay,
I'm not holding it.
It wouldn't be holding 3B. It's amending July 12th to August 2nd.
9th.
August 9th. Okay.
Copy that. I apologize.
So that item will be held on August 9th. We're now ready to cast our votes for the consent agenda, please, Madam Comptroller, with a hold on 3B. Council members, you may cast your votes at this time.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Councilmember Logan from District 1, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen.
This consent agenda passed. Madam Comptroller, may we please go to item number 25 on the regular agenda?
Item number 25 is an ordinance to establish fund dedicated to transit and mobility, up for third and final reading. Ordinance number 5830 is sponsored by Council members Ford, Carlisle, Robinson, Canale, Colvett, Easter Thomas, Johnson, Jones, Logan, Morgan, Smiley, Chairwoman Swearingen, and Warren.
Thank you very kindly. Councilman Canale, you may be recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee met, recommended approval, and I so move.
Thank you very kindly. This item has been moved by Councilman Canale, seconded by Councilman Warren. We have several individuals that would like to speak on this item. I would like to call our first three to the podium in this order. And as you approach the podium, please share your name and your address for the records. Cynthia Bailey, Sammy Hunter, and Angela Stewart Woods.
Are these propositions?
I'm not sure. It's not indicated. Cynthia Bailey, if you would share your name and address.
Yes, Cynthia Bailey at 1095 North Cleveland Street. I would like to speak on the
I'm sorry,
matter.
Miss Bailey. Madam Comptroller, could you please give 2 minutes on the clock? I apologize, Miss Bailey, for that interruption. You may proceed.
Yeah, I'm Cynthia Bailey at 1095 North Cleveland Street. I am the organizer and is the co-chair of the Memphis Bus Rider Union. I've been riding the bus for 30 years, and this is the worst that I ever experienced. But getting to the ordinance that they're asking for transit mobility, I am for it. If they can use it, dedicate to what they're asking for. We need more buses. I experienced very bad experience today. I rode the bus and I waited an hour and a half for a bus because one bus broke down. And I just feel like if they're asking for money for transit, they need to ask for more buses because it is well needed for elderly people, not only elderly people, just citizens that have their right to ride the bus. So we just encourage, if they're asking for the money, use it in a dedicated way. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Mr. Hunter? Please share your name and address for the record.
Okay. Yes, my name is Sammy Hunter. I live at 4211 Parkchester Avenue, 38118. I'm here to speak on the same thing Ms. Bailey was speaking about, the money that y'all supposed to give MATA. If y'all give MATA this money, we want the Bus Riders Union, Citizen Bell Service, we want a stipulation put on it. Stipulation meaning that they need to put this money toward these routes. If they put the money towards the route, if they don't put the money toward the routes the correct way, make them pay for it, make them pay it back. Another thing I want to say that, I'm going to say this here, that there needs to be 2 councilmen on their MATA board and 2 county commissioners on their MATA board to make sure that they're doing the proper things that they supposed to do towards the bus riders that ride these buses. Because we are experiencing a lot of things that are going on out here. People standing out here in the heat waiting on buses, and we have a lot of women that ride these buses. They don't want to stand here this long because of this crime in this city. We just want a better transit system in this city. We deserve a better transit system in this city because we're constantly running into a lot of things. And first of all, I want to say this here. It's 2 things about if you're not going to do the job, then step aside and let somebody get in there that's going to do the job for the bus riders. And this city deserves a better transit system because I've been fighting this transit system for 10 years trying to get it better. Now, it needs to be better because people are tired of what they're running into every day. You know, people standing all out in the heat and everything and getting sick, trying to get to work, trying to get to health care, trying to get to the doctor, trying to get to the grocery store. So I'm saying to you all, take this serious. Transportation is a big part of this city. And then you got people that coming in town talking about this transit system. It needs to be better. You know, y'all have the worst transit system in the country. That's what's been told to me. So I want to see it get better because that's why I work hard. Me and Ms. Bailey work hard to try to get this transit system better than it is. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Ms. Woods, and if Ayanna Watkins, Mary Lou McKay, and Johnny Mosley could come forward. Ms. Woods, if you would please share your name and address for the records, we would be most appreciative.
My name is Angie Stewart Woods. I live at 797 Baltimore Street. I've ridden the MATA bus since June 23rd of 1992. The last time I rode the MATA bus was June 16, 2021. I'd like to briefly, so I've ridden and seen a lot that has gone on, and this is the worst system that I've ever seen. Just to name a few, I know that each and every one of your council members are here to represent your constituents to do what's in their best interest, but I want to give you a little bit of what I've experienced. September 28, 2020, at 2:40 p.m. westbound bus number 40 4011 Route 57, I was denied as a disabled person to ride the bus. Then the bus driver lied and said that she did inform the dispatcher that she was full. The supervisor asked the dispatcher and they said no, she did not. I had to sit there in the hot sun on a low surface to try to wait for the next bus. That should not have been, and made me feel like a low-class citizen. I'm a disabled citizen. 2, March the 22nd, 2021, bus 4031 going westbound, Route 57. The time was 6:31 p.m. There was the bus driver sprayed a strong substance on the bus, which in turn made me ill. I did contact MATTER. Nothing was done. Again, June 2nd, 2021, bus 4033, 12:01 p.m., Route 28, headed to the downtown, bus 28. I was informed I sat in the disabled seating because I am disabled. I was informed by the bus driver that I had to get out of the disabled seating. I said, sir, this is for disabled and senior citizens. He said, ma'am, no, we've reserved that for the wheelchair. No disabled senior citizen should be forced to get out of a handicapped seating. 4, June 16, 2021, bus number 409, outbound from downtown, schedule 28. The bus driver sprayed Lysol, which in turn made me ill. I had to be transported from the bus to the hospital. I'm still going through a lot from that. No citizen need to deserve that. All of these are medical records that is coming from me going to the hospital. All of this medication is what I'm having to take because of MATTER. All of this on the breathing machine is because of MATTER. I don't deserve that. I am a disabled senior citizen. The city of Memphis don't deserve that. Shelby County don't deserve that. And in closing, I would have to say, yes, we need funding, but not at the risk of my life and the lives of the constituents of this community. And I say unto this establishment, please take very seriously as to what the community is saying, because all money ain't good money. And just giving MATTER more money, it's not, they're treating people any kind of way. I don't deserve this. And I'm willing to fight from here to Washington, D.C. Because anytime it's at a point to where I was trying to commit suicide because of how I was being treated, because of what I was going through. This is not quality of life for me. And I beg and pray and plead to each and every one of you guys that this does not happen to you, any of your loved ones, or any of your family members. We don't deserve this. We can work together, make Memphis a better place. Thank you very much.
Thank you very kindly, Ms. Woods, and we are very heartfelt regarding your experience that you have had to undergo. Ms. Ayana Watkins.
Ayana Watkins, 1408 Carr Avenue, 38104. I'm here on behalf of Memphis Interfaith Coalition for Action and Hope. You know us. I heard you start calling us the T-shirt people. Call us what you want, but you know we're gonna be here. And so we wanted to come first to commend this body for making sure that transit continues to be invested in and that we get dedicated sources of funding for that transit. We can't grow, we can't make it better unless we have the resources to do so. And we're here to say that you're not gonna stop seeing us. You're not gonna stop hearing from us. MATTER knows the same. And so we're here because the things that you've already heard from the 3 testimonies that went before me are things that we cannot let stand. And we can't let stand even the things that we heard over the past couple of days. So we want high quality transit, we want high quality care for our citizens, and we're willing to put in the work and put on our T-shirts to make sure that work continues to go forward. So commend you for what you're doing now, and we look forward to what's gonna be possible together in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Mary Lou McKay.
Mary Lou McCaw, 5394 Collingwood Cove. I am the co-chair of the transit team of Micah, whom you just heard from our lead organizer. You've heard the people before me. You know the need. And I commend you for taking this step today. a step that is much needed, not only to bring Memphis into the 21st century, but even more importantly, to take this bold step in providing the citizens who need transportation the most an efficient and reliable transit system. As Anna said, Micah has been advocating for 4 years for something to happen, to change the situation. And we're grateful that you have taken this step, but it's only the beginning. And so we ask you to maintain your strong interest in seeing that transportation in Memphis becomes reliable and efficient for everyone who needs to use it. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, and I apologize for the misenunciation of your last name, Ms. McCaw. Johnny Mosley.
Good evening. My name is Johnny Mosley. I live at 1150 Pelican Lane, Memphis, Tennessee, 38109. I'm chairman of Citizens for Better Service group, which has been dealing with public transportation issues for almost 30 years. Councilman Ford is my district council member. And I appreciate all the work he has done to help me see that people in this city enjoy adequate public transportation. It has not been easy, it's been a fight, but it's a fight worth it. I'm reminded of the time when my father marched for dignity in 1968. Marched not because he was popular, because he wanted me to believe that those words that are expressed in the Declaration of Independence means they include me. We hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal, endowed by the Creator in inalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I want you all to know right now that a lot of bus riders in this city don't believe those words, and they do not believe those words include them because they've gone through a great deal of pain, a great deal of suffering as a result of the bad treatment that they have received from the Mlgw administration. It's a shame, a city where Dr. King gave his life, that we still live in a time where bus riders are treated as though they are psychologically and sociologically inferior, that they are the victim of humiliation, pure discrimination, segregation at the hands of this Mlgw administration. That's a shame. Now, I'm in favor of this resolution, but I don't think money is the key to solving all the problems facing these bus riders in this city. I think the bus riders in the city need a little bit more compassion, and they need our city council to speak out for them when they need somebody to speak for them. Johnny Mosley is not going to always be there. Members of the bus rider union is not going to always be there, but they need you. When you hear that bus riders are standing in the hot sun for hours, you need to get on that phone and call Mlgw and find out what's happening. It's a shame that Mlgw could come down here and give these fairy tale presentations about how well things are going in Mlgw, and people are suffering standing at bus stops for long hours in this heat. We need to make those words in the Declaration of Independence a reality for all the people in this city, especially the bus riders who have no other choice but to depend on Mlgw. Thank you very much.
Thank you very kindly. Councilman Morgan, I see you in the queue, but I would like to ask Director Rosenfeld, please come up to acknowledge some of the concerns and challenges that our constituents have shared with the council that they have been experiencing as it relates to Mlgw. Please share your name and address for the records.
Gary Rosenfeld, Chief Executive Officer of the Memphis Transit Authority. I very much appreciate the public's comments that have come forward today. We've had some discussions with Ms. Stewart in the past and look forward to future discussions to solve her issues. As for the quality of service, we know that One of the main goals of the Transit Vision, which is part of the Memphis 3.0 comprehensive plan, is to increase frequency of service on major routes so that people don't have to wait quite so long when things don't necessarily go the way we anticipate them going. It's one of the big priorities that we'll have with this additional funding as it becomes available over the next few months, is to increase the frequency of service and also to deliver more options for mobility in our community through the use of additional on-demand programs and microtransit programs in communities. Those have been very successful. We're excited about the potential for what we're going to be able to do over the next few years with this funding. We're excited about the idea that it is dedicated funding, which will enable us to do long-range planning of what type of services can be put in service for the community to meet the needs of everyone. There's no doubt that there's a shortage of quality transit in our community, but this funding is a big first step in meeting those future needs.
And my question is, are you aware of these repeated challenges that these constituents have shared, they've undergone and experienced?
Well, the Bus Riders Union and Mr. Mosley are regular participants in our MATA board meetings, and they are very often more than willing to share their experiences. We do regularly welcome the public's comment through the various communication channels that we have established, both traditional channels and more modern channels in terms of social media. In terms of claims and activities that people have identified today, we're aware of them. We've reached out. Sometimes we don't get a response, and that's unfortunate. We do our best to try to meet everybody's needs, but unfortunately, we're not always going to be able to make it the way people expect it. But again, with additional funding, it puts into place a better quality of service. We understand that with a better quality of service, the public's expectations will only go up, and we stand ready to deliver that service.
And in what manner do you attempt to make contact with these individuals?
We reach out to people usually using the same methods that they reach out to us. Ms. Malden has identified and discussed with the council as late as this morning with community outreach plans. There will be a whole series of public engagement as we move forward with the additional funding to ensure that we are making the right selection on which routes will get additional frequency of service and how we go about improving that service.
Thank you very kindly. Those of you who have shared your experiences with the council, if you have received correspondence from MATA regarding what you have had to undergo, please raise your hand if you've received any communication or correspondence. You've received correspondence, ma'am? Can you just please stand? Could you please come to the podium and share?
The respondents that I received from them was only after I continuously sent emails to the elected officials. And that was the only respondents that I received. And in regards to all the other incidents that occurred, only thing MATA did was requested a recorded statement from me, and that was it. A recorded statement. They didn't state how they, what they was gonna do, or what attempts that they was gonna do in the event that a bus driver caused a disabled person to be left out of the heat. They never tried. The only thing that they tried to continue to do was to come down and ask for more money. But it's not about the more money. It's what you do with the money and how you treat the constituents, and we deserve better than this. So talk is easy, but we want to see some actions, and we want to see it now.
Councilman Morgan, you may be recognized.
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair. I had some original comments talking about the funding and the mechanism that we discussed, but I'll leave that to the side just based on what we've heard today. MATA has to be safe, it has to be reliable, it has to be customer friendly. And what we're voting on today supports that goal of reliability. You can't get reliability without funding. That's expensive in order to have the personnel in place, to have the equipment in place, to be able to have the frequency of these routes. Customer friendliness or customer responsiveness, for the most part, is free. It's training and accountability. It's the same thing we ask of our employees up and down, City Hall, from solid waste to somebody working in engineering, to somebody collecting the taxes, to our police officers that also have an additional level of accountability where they wear body cameras. Mr. Rosenfeld, question about the complaint process at MATA. If someone files a complaint or there's an incident reported, what is the process in terms of reviewing the camera, video? Who does that go to? Do our cameras have audio on the buses? Is this pretty easy to resolve in terms of what occurred?
Yes, sir. Over the last 2 years, we've upgraded our camera systems on all of our buses so that we can go into the system at any time to be able to look into what's going on a bus in real time, as well as we have the ability to hold recordings of what goes on the buses for up to 60 days.
Okay. And is it entirely an internal process in terms of reviewing those if a complaint is filed by a rider, or is there anything that has a third-party element or to the board, or who is the ultimate authority within MATA in terms of where the buck stops on reviewing rider complaints?
Rider complaints are investigated internally because they have a tendency to potentially be a personnel issue if necessary. So it is done internally, and then the results of that investigation, as allowed, are shared with the person that has made the complaint.
Okay. I think you and I will probably continue this conversation in the weeks to come. But to those that come and speak or have spoken today, your pain is heard. I want you to know that. You've got 13 or 12 of us who are present today up here listening as individuals and then both as a body. And funding without vision, funding without leadership or direction, you are correct. That is a waste of funding. But we are watching. We are engaged with MATA, and I think you have helped elevate that discussion and awareness through coming here and speaking. And so I thank you for your time and sharing your experience with us. It is meaningful. It has an impact, and that's the perfect use for this time and coming down and using the public speaking. So. Thank you very much for doing that. We are going to stay engaged with MATA and to discuss, make sure those three things I talked about: safe, reliable, customer friendly. But the main thing that we have in front of us today in terms of an action of a yes vote or a no vote is about that funding to go towards the reliability, to make sure that we do have more buses, that people aren't waiting out in the heat. And some of these other issues that have been brought up and discussed are daily diligences that we have to get up and be better at every day. What's going right, what's going wrong, and how can we improve? Hopefully we're all asking that question every day. And we're going to continue to work on your behalf. Thank you very much.
Thank you very kindly. Councilwoman Logan, you may be recognized.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate the opportunity. And I too, want to thank you all for coming down and sharing your views, your experience, your heartbeat. We are here to represent constituents, and MATA is one of the areas that we are all engaged in. And I would just want to add that I've heard a number of you discuss something that's very dear to my heart, and I've had personal meetings with individual meetings with the director to talk about is shelters. I hear you all talking about, many of you have talked about standing in the sun for a long time or standing in the elements for a long time. And so while we're working on reliability and the frequency and the number of buses, we want your wait to be one that is safe, from the elements, safe from dogs, safe from, whatever comes by. And so I think that's another part to the discussion that we need to add. And if MATA can add the presentation at their next time that they're here about shelters and what the plan is for shelters and how we can make those shelters, make them be more adaptive to what the needs of the area is. And so I think that would help as well, because as we've been told, and we've looked at the data and we've looked at the numbers, we won't be able to add all the buses that are needed at one time. We won't be able to add more routes and all of that all at once or when we would like for them to be done. This money is to help move the needle. It's to, you continue to add and continue to dedicate funding. You can add more buses, you can add more frequency, but we have to do it as the budget allows. And so I would like to make certain that while we are in that process, because it is a process, those places and spaces that you wait must be safe from the element. It must be keeping you from being sick and waiting a long time in an unsafe manner. So I would like to add that to the next presentation on shelters. And again, thank you all. We did hear you. Thank you, Chair. You're back.
Thank you very kindly. Madam Comptroller, I don't see anyone else in the queue. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 25.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley is not voting. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen.
This item passed. Madam Comptroller, item number 23, please.
Did you say 23?
23. Oh, look at that.
That's a big deal. Item number 23, appointments. To the Solid Waste Municipal Planning Board, Amanda Fryer, Shandell Ryan. Reappointment, Carrie Roy.
Councilwoman Easter Thomas, you may be recognized.
Chair, the committee may recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Councilwoman Easter Thomas, seconded by Councilman Canale. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 23.
Canale, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes. Vice Chairman Jones would like to be shown as voting yes for this item, and also Councilmember Carlisle would like to be shown as voting yes for this item.
This item passed. Thank you very kindly. Item number 24, please, Madam Comptroller.
Item number 24 is a you're right. You're right. Item number 24 is a substitute ordinance amending ordinance number 5686, establishing a pre-K education special fund to provide a new dedicated funding stream for Special Fund 245, up for third and final reading. Ordinance number 5829 is sponsored by the administration.
This item has been moved by Vice Chair Jones, seconded by Councilman Canale. Vice Chair Jones, you may be recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This item came before the Budget Committee and received a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Thank you very kindly. Madam Comptroller, please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 24.
Ordinance. Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
Item number 24 passed. Item number 26, please, Madam Comptroller.
Item 26 is tabled until instructions for us to put it back on the agenda again. Is that correct?
Yes, table.
Thank you.
This was tabled. 26. Okay, 27, please.
Item number 27.
Oh,
is an
excuse me, this item was tabled. However, we do have an individual. Would you still like to speak on this item? Ms. Bond? If you would like to return, but since you're here, we don't mind hearing from you for your convenience. Thank you so much. If you would share your name and address for the records.
My name is Theron C. Bond, and I reside at 57 North Somerville, Memphis, Tennessee 38104. During a presidential election year, voter turnout is at its peak, during which there are primaries. To run for county mayor and county commission, there are primaries. To run for a state level office, there are also primaries. Even some members of this very body have gone from county government to city, or are hoping to go from city to county leadership, and have had to declare a party. Funny how this very body runs to their very partisan state elected friends when they need a little push to a resolution they want passed, but are having troubles when doing so at the local level. Well, if it's good for them, it should be good for us, right? Primaries force a candidate to show and prove that they are the best choice, the best representation for their party. While primary designation does subject a candidate to a litmus test of being tried and true to their respective party, it also pulls the curtain back on those who are posing as dinos and rhinos, reaping the benefits but not aligning, a process that both parties have utilized this election year alone. And yes, contrary to a former councilman's belief, as stated in an opinion piece, there is indeed a Republican way and a Democratic way to pick up trash. One supports unions while the other does not. Also, in that same article, it was said that most major policy issues we debate at the city level are also nonpartisan in nature. Well, if that is true, then what do we call stances on policing and the funding for such? How should we refer to reproductive organizations' ability to receive funds or not? And I dare not ask what you would call the great mask mandate debate. If my memory and my receipts serve me correctly, those three reasons and many more were major policy issues that were debated in our city and proved to be hyper-partisan in nature. If you all are truly about transparency and serving the people, then you should have no issue with the people knowing just who you represent. Be proud of your values, whether you're Team 45 or Team Common Sense. And I urge you to vote yes in favor of partisan elections. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Item number 27, Madam Comptroller, please.
Item number 27 is an ordinance to amend the Code of Ordinances relative to the dollar limitations on Memphis Light, Gas, and Water Division contracts and salaries that require approval by the Memphis City Council before execution. Up for third and final reading, ordinance number 5826 is sponsored by Mlgw, and it was held from June 7th.
Thank you very kindly. Councilwoman Robinson, you may be recognized.
Thank you. This item was heard in our committee, and we recommend approval. And it has been on this is our third reading, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
It's our third and final reading, and I ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. This item has been moved by Councilwoman Robinson, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 27.
Mm-hmm.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Ford, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford Senior, yes. Johnson abstained. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Madam Comptroller, may we please travel to the fiscal consent agenda?
My pleasure. That will take us to items 10 through 13 that all have a request for same night minutes. Item number 10 is a resolution to accept, allocate, and appropriate grant funds in the amount of $10,000 from the Institute of Museum and Library Services for program supplies and equipment, project number LI 90042. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by Library Services. Request for same night minutes. Item number 11 is a resolution to accept and appropriate grant funding in the amount of $1,038,400 from the state of Tennessee for in-service training for 1,298 employees. Project number FS 90146. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Fire Services. There is a request for same night minutes. Item number 12 is a resolution to accept and appropriate grant funds in the amount of $13,315 from the state of Tennessee for discretionary federal funding for qualifying law enforcement reimbursement following a mass violence incident. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by Police Services. There is a request for same night minutes. Item number 13 is a resolution to accept, allocate, and appropriate grant funds in the amount of $67,994 from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office for the Gulf Coast High Coast Intensity Drug Trafficking Area. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by Police Services, and there's a request for same night minutes. Chairwoman Swearingen, that concludes our fiscal consent agenda items. My pleasure.
This item has been moved by Councilwoman Robinson, seconded by Councilman Canale. Please clear the screen so we may vote on the fiscal consent agenda items.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Madam Comptroller, MLGW fiscal consent agenda, please.
Thank you. That will take us to item number 14, a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 1228 Power Supply Consultant Solicitation with GDS Associates, Inc. in the funded amount of $96,022. Item number 15 is a resolution approving change number 10 to contract number 10741 Laser Disc Document Storage with Jack Henry and Associates Incorporated, Division of Profit Stars, in the funded amount of $7,200. Item number 16 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 11743 NERC Access Management Solution Software with HID Global Corporation, formerly Quantum Secure, in the funded amount of $71,814.71. Item number 17 is a resolution approving change number 13 to contract number 10908 Mobile Data with ABB Enterprise Software Incorporated in the funded amount of $188,969.33. Item number 18 is a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 12244 Smart Sheet with Smart Sheet Incorporated in the funded amount of $286,550. Item number 19 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 11821, NERC Compliance Management Solution Software with Assurex Incorporated in the funded amount of $235,963.31. Item number 20 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12194, NERC Professional Engineering Compliance Consultant to Guidehouse Incorporated in the funded amount of $350,000. Item number 21 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12227, High Volume Outage Call Management with Entrado Corporation in the funded amount of $315,000. And our final item is number 22. It's a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12280, South Service Center repaving with Lehman Roberts Company in the funded amount of $1,168,502. Chairwoman Swearingen, that concludes our Mlgw fiscal consent items.
Thank you very kindly. Councilwoman Johnson, I see you in the queue. You may be recognized.
Thank you. My comments has nothing to do with their consent agenda. I did want to address some questions to President Young if he would make himself available. So I don't know if you want to allow me to ask the questions after the vote or before the vote. After the vote, okay. This is a general question, I would say.
You're requesting for it to be answered after the vote?
It's general questions. It's
okay,
not.
Sure. Madam Comptroller, please clear the screen so we may vote on the Mlgw fiscal consent agenda.
Colbert, yes. Colbert, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. President, you may come to the podium and please share your name and address for the record.
All right. J.T. Young, President CEO of Memphis Light Gas and Water, 220 South Main Street.
How you doing today?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
Just great. What are you going to do for our individuals during this heat wave that we're going through? Are there any special provisions or allocations or anything? Can you share that with us so people will have an idea what they can expect?
Well, one of the things that we're doing now, and as part of our typical policy, is we, of course, are waiving any disconnects for non-pay and we are in that phase now. We didn't disconnect at all last week.
Okay.
We did disconnect yesterday a few, but then today we suspended it again. And so as long as we're in this level of heat, we will certainly be suspending disconnects. And then, of course, we're also offering payment arrangements for folks who are having challenges because of the heat. We know bills are going to be higher. And so we are also in the process of working with customers to make sure that they are able to make those payments over time. So we're giving customers a lot more time to make payments as well. But we're working with our customers every day on ways to help make it easier for them.
Define this wave of heat. You said as long as we're in this wave of heat.
So when we have a policy that allows us when and we have a kind of, it's sort of two, we have one that sort of is for seniors, when the temperature gets above, and I want to say it's 90, 95, don't quote me, degrees. It's one of those two, and then for everyone else there's another standard that's, I believe, 5 degrees above that heat index. And so same in the wintertime, we do the same thing on the other end. So anytime that there is a forecast for that level of heat to exist during the day, I think it's for 4 hours or more, we then disconnect payments, suspend disconnections.
Okay, the other question is, you came before us maybe about a month ago, and you said that you were increasing your service staff for your customer service call. I hate to tell you, I'm calling and I'm still waiting, and my inmate still, I hung up. And then they still have the recording that says, everybody is busy, please call back at another time.
Yeah. So part of the challenge around fulfilling those vacancies at our call center, that is going on. We unfortunately have had, I know we've had some folks that have left, but in getting those new employees on board, there is a training process that doesn't allow them to get on the phone yet completely. And I think we may have shared when we were here last month that it would probably be sometime either late July, early August before that staffing would get to where it needs to be. So it does take a while to get to that full staffing. And in the meantime, we have churn because there are folks leaving as we're trying to make replacements. So it may be that your experience is related to that. I'm not sure. But we are still making about, I'm going to say somewhere in the 40-45% range of handling our calls through the IVR system. So a good number of those calls are handled without having to talk to anyone. But we certainly know that there are still challenges with getting through. In fact, just today, I was informed we had a technology issue around some of our systems that was not allowing us. We weren't disconnecting today, but it was still keeping us from being able to do some things. It wasn't staffing related; it was more technology related. But I think that's back up and running now. So
Okay.
we've had a number of those issues.
Those are some of the concerns that I've heard. And I'm just asking you to please look into that to make certain people are not waiting. People tell me, I'm waiting just on hold and my battery going down on my telephone. So then eventually I can't get that. Now I have to go find someplace to charge my battery. And it's just difficult once the service has been cut off to try to figure ways to get back in when you're not answering the telephone. So we definitely need to do that. What time do you close every day?
I believe the call center is staffed. I believe it's until 7, and so it may be 6, but I think it's 6 or 7 in the evening. But I will say again that at least right now, if a customer is concerned about being disconnected because of a payment issue, of course that's a non-issue at least right now. So that should alleviate some of that concern. But we're still working diligently to get our staffing where it should be. And as long as we can, and again, as I think you all before, the money, the salaries are very good. We're trying to make sure that we can get and retain the talent we need. And we're also looking at partnering with some external entities to help augment the service that we have. So we are working on that process as well, which may get us some relief a little bit sooner than getting our staff fully up to speed. So we're working on that as well.
Okay. I did have incidents on my street where you came out quickly and the service was done. But unfortunately, that same transformer went out again, and it took some time for them to come back out. So we're still having a problem with the amount of time it takes for you to respond. So please work on that. Because right now we know people need their utilities as soon as possible.
Well, we're very sensitive. We actually have been making certain, in fact, I was just back there looking at what we were doing today on some scattered outages that we have. Maintaining this system is no small task, especially when the heat is like it is now, but I think our crews are doing a really good job to try to make sure everything stays on. And so we're working diligently, as you know, around the clock to make sure that happens.
One other quick question that came to mind. Do we have enough purchase energy, electricity, so in case it goes to a spike high, that you can supply the entire city of Memphis, municipalities?
Yes.
So we won't have to go out and buy any additional?
We again, right now, the way we're set up, our balancing authority is actually TVA. It's their responsibility to make sure that there's enough purchase energy available. But at this point, we've seen no evidence that there's a shortage.
Okay. That was my questions, and I thank you for your time. Thank you for the job that you do and your staff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very kindly. I don't see anyone else in the queue. Madam Comptroller, please, let's go to the add-on items, beginning with item number 29, please.
Item number 29 is titled Budget Review for Approval, FY22 Q4 Budget Adjustments, all council districts. This is sponsored by the Finance Division, and there is a request for same-night minutes.
Councilman Vice Chair Jones, you may be recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This item was held before the Budget Committee, received a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Vice Chair Jones, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 29.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
Item number 29 passes. Item number 30.
Item number 30 is a resolution clarifying the redemption dates of refunded bonds not to exceed 255 million general improvement refunded bonds, Series 2022B, federally taxable. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the Finance Division.
Vice Chair Jones.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This item too was heard before the Budget Committee and received a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Vice Chair Jones, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 30.
Canali, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed.
Councilmember Martavius Jones would like to be shown voting as yes on this item as well.
This item passed. Item number 31.
Item number 31 is a resolution supplementing the issuance, sale, and delivery of not to exceed $255 million aggregate principal amount of general improvement refunding bonds, Series 2022, federally taxable convertible to tax exempt. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the Finance Division. There is a request for same night minutes.
Vice Chair Jones.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This item was heard in the Budget Committee this morning, received a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
It has been moved by Vice Chair Jones, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 31.
Canali, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Item number 32.
Item number 32 is a resolution to create a blight and illegal dumping task force to provide recommendations to the divisions of Public Works and Solid Waste for implementation of best practices for the prevention and mitigation of blight and illegal dumping in the city of Memphis. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman Logan, and there's a request for same night minutes.
Councilman Colvett, you may be recognized.
Thank you very much. Committee met recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been properly moved by Councilman Colvett, seconded by Councilwoman Johnson. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 32. One second.
Ma'am?
1 second, please. We have someone to speak regarding item number 32.
Okay.
Dr. Yvonne Nelson, are you present?
I'll be using a hand timer since we started the votes. I'll set the timer after she announces her name and address.
Thank you very kindly.
You're welcome.
How are you today?
Hi, Ms. Warrington. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Please share your name and address for the records.
My name is Dr. Yvonne Denise Nelson. My address is 3519 McCorkle Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38116-3923.
Thank you very kindly. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chair Swearington Hope, right?
That's correct.
Ain't it good? Good evening, everybody, and it's a pleasure to be here. I would like to be brought up to date on what's going on because I really don't think I agree with this commission. I remember it was 17 people, and now it's 15. So if it's not too much to ask, can you bring me up to date with what's going on? And I want to go get my notebook so I can take some notes if you don't mind. But I'm listening.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excuse me, should share that once again? I don't think I
apologize.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm asking to find out, before I say something, I want to know for sure what's being proposed. I remember it was 17 people, and I see it's 15 now. So what have I missed? I just want to know what is the resolution for? Bring me up to date on what's going on, because I don't think I agree. You see my shirt? It says stop litter. Memphis, Tennessee has had enough.
Which item is she talking about?
32.
Yeah, bring me up to date. What is this task force for? How is 15, which it was 17 people, going to help clean up Memphis? I need somebody to explain to me what is going on. Now, can I go get my notebook?
Councilwoman Logan was the sponsor of that, and she will enlighten you.
Hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the question. The 15 people at the task force will not be cleaning up.
Hold on one second. Let's make sure she's listening.
Okay, the task force is not being formed to clean up. It's to inform the process of blight and illegal dumping mitigation. And so they won't be actually cleaning, ma'am. And we do have a copy of, I would love for you to have a copy of the resolution. Okay, great. All right, thank you. I think you may be thinking about the new unit that was created for Public Works. This is a separate one. There were 17 people on that committee, on that.
So it's two
Yeah,
different
and
things.
there's 17 of them.
It's two different things.
Yes, ma'am. They're two different
So
things.
what are these 15 people? Who are they? And what is, I got sick fighting illegal dumping in 38109. I live in 38116. I'm a 29-year homeowner.
Yes,
on
ma'am.
Mlgw. So I want to know what is going on, what is planned. We don't need 15 people sitting behind a desk trying to take care of this illegal. Look, I've been in a nursing home. Dr. Warren can tell you.
That's right.
I passed out. I told Councilman Ford, y'all gonna make me kill myself out here with this illegal dumping. I spoke that on myself.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that now because I was near death. So I'm just trying to find out, what are these 15 people gonna be doing? And you and I were on Channel 13.
Yes, ma'am. I think it would be better for Director Connect to talk about the new division or the new group that's going, the 17 that will be directly addressing the illegal dumping, because what we're doing right now is totally separate. It's not the 17 that you're talking about. They're going to be actually out in the field working.
These 15 are going to be out in the field working?
No, the 17.
Okay, what is these 15 for, Ms. Logan? You got to excuse me. I'm still Dr. Nelson, but you got to work with me because my memory ain't where it was, but it's better than it was.
Yes, ma'am.
And I remember 17, and now this is saying 15. So if it's two different things, two different committees, I want to know what the 15 are about. And then I can talk to my friend, Robert Connect, about the 17 at an appropriate time.
The 15 is a task force that is created to inform all the work that's going to be done. Instead of everyone working in a silo, working here and there, we're pulling representatives from all of the areas to discuss what is being done, what the plan is, what the best practices are, what the trends are, what the data says, so we can inform, we can go out informed and create and mitigate blight and get rid of everything, as opposed to just out here doing and working and, you know, like you in a rat race. And so looking at what's going on in different parts of the country, what the trends are, and how to best, what the best practices, how to best tackle it, how to best address it, how to best utilize the finances. That's the premise behind pulling together a task force to make certain that when you step, you're stepping in sync, and it's a collaborative effort, everyone coming together. There's so many moving parts.
Okay, Councilwoman Logan, help me understand, what areas are these 15 people representing? Because I'm not just concerned about Whitehaven, I'm concerned about Memphis and Shelby County. So who are these 15 people?
Okay, you have, I'm gonna read off of this task force resolution. It will consist of 2 self-nominated city council members, the city's director of public works or their designee, the director of solid waste or their designee, a representative from the City of Memphis Office of Neighborhood Improvement, a representative of Memphis City Beautiful, a representative from the Memphis Public Service Corps, a representative from the Office of Performance Management, 2 City of Memphis Environmental Code Enforcement officers to be selected by the Director of Public Works, and a City of Memphis Code Enforcement prosecutor, and 4 community members.
Okay, I need to be one of them 4 community members because I don't know what y'all doing. I'm talking, excuse me.
Okay,
and I'm going to yield back to Chair Swearingen.
Yes, ma'am, and Ms. Nelson, what we'll do is, Dr. Nelson.
Thank you, Ms. Swearingen.
Ma'am?
Thank you, Ms. Swearingen.
Yes, Dr. Nelson. We will have one of the staff members to collaborate with you so that you will be able to receive a complete understanding. Councilwoman Logan.
What they need to collaborate with me, excuse me, Councilwoman Swearingen Hope, is on how I can be one of them folk. I need to have my face in the place because I don't like what I see. I come out of that Harborview nursing home and my son, he driving and the truck is rocking. Where's all the money going? Okay, I seen the people on TV waiting on the bus and they was here today. The bus didn't come for 2 hours. Thank God I don't have to catch the bus.
Liza, and who else? Jose. We will have Liza, could you get her telephone number so that we could get her information and be able to gain some additional understanding as it relates to that. Item number 33, Madam we've already voted on this.
We've already voted on this.
We've already voted. Okay, mine is still on the screen.
But Memphis is a mess. Memphis is a total mess. I mean, especially going up 2nd Street. It's garbage here, it's garbage there, it's garbage everywhere. In Whitehaven, I fell out on Kelly Cook doing an interview about illegal dumping. I had a $30,000 camera put up, and there was a red car behind the camera. They vandalized the car with the camera right there. You got to do something. We've got to do something to re-educate these people. I'm serious. This city is a hot mess, and it's gotten worse. I saw my grandson. I got one grandchild. I'm 60. I ain't afraid to say it. I got one grandson. My son don't have any children. My daughter got married in 2020. My son got married in December 21, but that's a whole nother story. I saw him when he was 3 days old. The next time I saw him, he was 7 months old. And I know y'all ain't listening, but this is important. Yes, sir.
I'll call you tonight, explain all of that to you, okay?
That's fine. I got more time than I got money, sir. I'll be waiting for that call. Because I want to be on that task force. They don't want Yvonne to be getting in their business because they ain't got no business, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson. We've only allowed others to have a time frame, so we will have Councilman Ford said that he will be reaching out to you
That's my
so that
dad.
we can hear to your.
Him and Myrna in my phone under Dad. I got both of their numbers.
Yes, ma'am, Dr. Nelson. Thank you very kindly. Madam Comptroller, could you please give us the results of the votes that were cast for item number 32?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Item number 33, please. Item number 33, please.
Item number 33 is a resolution to transfer and appropriate contract construction funds in the amount of $334,770 from FY22 ADA curb ramp cover line, project number PW 22300 to curb ramp group 64, project number PW 22302, all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the Public Works Division, and there is a request for same night minutes on this item number 33.
Councilman Corbett.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. The committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Councilman Corbett, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 33.
Councilmember, cast your votes for item number 33, please. Thank you. Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Item number 34, please.
Item number 34 is a resolution transferring $447,800 in A&E funds from the Cobblestone Landing Project number GA01004 to construction funds in the Cobblestone Landing Project GA01004. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the Engineering Division. There's a request for same night minutes.
Councilman Corbett, you may be recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. The committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Councilman Corbett, seconded by Councilwoman Rod Johnson. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 34.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Item number 35.
Item number 35 is a resolution to appropriate $1,459,620 in GO bonds for contract construction project number FS02008, FY22 Fire Station number 11 renovation project, District 5, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by Fire Services, and there's a request for same-night minutes.
Councilwoman Logan.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met recommended approval, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Councilwoman Logan, seconded by Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Please clear the screen so we may vote on item number 35.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Item number 36.
Item number 36 is a resolution amending the FY 2022 operating budget by accepting and appropriating an additional $50,000 in revenues from the Great American Steamboat Company's docking fees and an additional $50,000 in expenditures to pass the docking fees to Memphis River Parks Partnership for their management of the dock at Bill Street Landing, District 6, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by the administration. There's a request for same-night minutes.
Councilman Corbett.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. The committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Councilman Corbett, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please allow us to cast our votes for item number 36.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Item number 37, please.
Item number 37 is a resolution requesting a successors be appointed to the Community Redevelopment Agency, better known as CRA Board, for term limited city and county board members per CRA bylaws. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman Easter Thomas.
Councilwoman Easter Thomas, you may be recognized.
Chair, the committee met recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been properly moved by Councilwoman Easter Thomas, seconded by Councilwoman Logan. Please clear the screen so we may cast our votes for item number 37. Excuse me. Councilman Canali, you may be recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I thought that Attorney Wade said he was going to read the bylaws and report back just before we voted on the... Read the bylaws of the CRA. No, I don't want you to read them to me. I read them.
So what's your question?
If the bylaws state that they are limited to one term, or may they be reappointed?
No, it does not. They may be reappointed.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Are there any other questions to be asked? If not, Madam Comptroller, I think we've all cast our votes for item number 37. If you could please share the results.
Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Item number 38, please, Madam Comptroller.
Okay. Thank you. So noted. Councilwoman Johnson, yes, on that last item. Item number 38 is appointment to the Memphis Tree Board. There's a Joe Bowman Kelly, and that is item number 38 alone.
Councilwoman Easter Thomas, you may be recognized.
Chairwoman, the committee met recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been moved by Councilwoman Easter Thomas, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please clear the screen so we may cast our votes for item number 38.
Canale, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes.
This item passed. Item number 39.
Memphis Tree Board appointment, Connie Shepherd. There's a request for same night minutes on all of these items.
Councilwoman Easter Thomas.
Chairwoman of Committee Med recommends approval, and I so move.
This item has been properly moved by Easter Thomas, seconded by Councilman Warren. Please clear the screen so we can cast our votes for this last item.
Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. This brings us to our same night minute items. Vice Chair Jones, would you please read the same night minutes into the records?
Yes, Madam Chair. Minutes for tonight are items 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. And I so move. And item number 2.
Thank you very kindly, and thank you for such a eloquent staff. This item has been moved by Vice Chair Jones, seconded by Councilman Warren. Madam Comptroller, please allow us to vote on the same night minute items.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Jones, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Chairwoman Swearingen, yes.
This item passed. Madam Comptroller, I don't know if we did it in the beginning of the meeting or after the meeting, but I just would like to acknowledge the presence of Councilman Canale. I don't think we got him during our roll call.
We noted him coming in.
You did note it. Thank you very kind. Just wanted to make.
Yes. We'll put him on the roll call when he appeared.
That's what friends are for, Councilman Canale. We have 2 individuals who will pull cards, Jamie Pearson and Mr. Joe Kent. You may come to the podium, please, and announce your name and address, if you would be so kind. Ladies first.
Thank you all. My name is Jamie Pearson. My address is 4099 Mountain Terrace Street, 38127 in Fraser. I came today, I kind of wish I would have caught the CEO of Mlgw, but to speak on concerns with Mlgw, I have been, and this August will be a year, I have been going to battle with Mlgw about something that really is common sense. And I came to City Council because I have reached out to everybody, all the way up to the Deputy Attorney General of Finance Services in Nashville. Because Mlgw is not governed by the Utility Review Board like everybody else, we have nothing. So I've emailed Steve Cohen's office, I've emailed some of you all on City Council. This is my first time here. I do understand I'm not supposed to say names, but Ms. Robinson, thank you, she was one that reached back, but she can only do what they have said she can do, which is nothing dealing with consumer concerns and Mlgw. So, but she still tried, and it's to the point now where it's just blatant deceitfulness going on. And to give you an example, I've reached out so much that I got a response from one Mlgw employee, and her responses were like all false. It's like bad when it's all false. She was telling me I was not overcharged, but my bank statements and everything said I paid $381. The issue was an issue with back billing. My meter was broken. They're gonna keep saying it wasn't. I went through a hearing process and everything. At this hearing, I'm thinking when they say hearing officer, this gonna be someone from you all. Everybody at the hearing was an Mlgw employee except me. And I had a binder, color-coded. I took off 3 days of work to get that information together. Every piece of information that I pulled out that binder. I don't know why the system did that. That was erroneous. The only information I can get is from Mlgw because that's where I get my service from. Everything that I printed off. Example, 3 months in a row it said meter reader was on site. We can't explain why the system said that. There was most definitely no meter reader on site. Everything. The account that was in question was on prepaid status. The my usage and the my account are never in sync. Ms. Williams, the hearing officer, said that. So with all of this being said, I'm emailing to no avail. So she emails me back with all these answers. None of them are really the truth. Prime example. The gas meter was removed in August at your request. I never requested ever to have that gas meter removed. And in a recorded conversation with Ms. Williams, Ms. Williams stated...
Excuse me. Where do you live? What district do you live in?
I live in Fraser, but the district was 38111. It was on Inman Street. My son was living at that
Is that District 7?
No, that's Inman. 111 could be District 4.
It's what?
111 could be, she said 111.
What the address that you're speaking of?
967 Inman.
What's the address?
967 Inman Street.
Edmond?
INMAN.
I think that's District
111. You read 111, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's District 4.
Mr. Bacchus, could you get her information, please, and we will follow up to see what we can do to assist you in your efforts.
Okay, and see, that's what I'm saying. You feel like you've been thrown away. When people blame, the woman said I didn't get 2 bills in September. Is that not 2 bills in September? Everything that these people take, and then it was followed up by another bill with no explanation. Now the account is on prepaid. Why does this bill say $833? As a single parent, it doesn't make any sense. This all came about because of 3 months of gas usage. They say I used $500 worth of gas in 3 months. But from the time I got the services in June of 2020 until February of 2021, all 8 months together only equaled $112.
I feel your pain. That's in District 4 and Super District 8. So myself, Martavius Jones, Cheyenne Johnson, J.B. Smiley, all of us will work collectively to see what we can do to assist you in your efforts.
Yes, ma'am. Man, I'm frustrated because I've been emailing them.
I understand.
I've been calling them. I ended up getting to the state level and nobody can help me. They got the money now. Me and my kids are suffering now. We've been suffering since August of last year because of this stuff with Mlgw. This VP emailed her and was high. It's proof that the meter was broken. If the meter wasn't broken, why hasn't it been replaced twice? It's been replaced twice, but the printer be losing in Europe that the meter was not broke. They used to fit tree trimmers because what they had to replace the trees over the wire, but the meter was not broke. Me and my kids are suffering. Now we're doing this August 26th of last year.
Yes, ma'am, and we're going to allow Mr. Kent, and I will come out and speak with you personally because your challenges are heartfelt. If you would please share your name and address for the record.
5111 Flamingo. I'm thrilled to see Leftwich Tennis Center construction come to a crawl. As you know, in 2019, the administration, through Chief Doug McGowan, led with the Leftwich community benefit of teaching poor black kids to play tennis. Stunningly, not one city councilor asked the chief the basic question: for teaching poor black kids to play tennis, do we really need a tennis stadium? The question I just asked is not an exercise in legislative courage, but merely an effort to not be a doormat for the elitist. That question could have potentially derailed a $25 million spend, of which state and local taxpayers will carry $21 million for the unneeded Leftwich. The fact is, very few saw the need to build a tennis stadium except for a few elitists. The assertion is validated in Memphis Park's 2019 survey data. The data reveals tennis courts ranked next to last and 9 out of 10 in park facility priorities. Per Memphis Park's community survey, I believe the administration had this data in their possession at the time of the 2019 Leftwich ask, didn't share it with the city council. So Leftwich construction has come to a crawl because not even enough elites see a need for a tennis stadium. All this to say, I would like to collaborate, partner, and come together on a historical analysis with the Parks Committee chair that looks at managed contracts and asks a question: with 2020 hindsight and priorities expressed by Mayor Strickland in 2016, what would you have invested in with regard to parks? The reason for this is that you cannot look critically at history, you cannot course correct, and that presents a major problem. And if you can't get there on course correction, then term limits should be off the table. And also the cobblestone parking for the riverfronts is no help at all for proximity to central access to the park. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. This brings us to the end of our meeting agenda. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. It has been moved to adjourn by Councilman Colbert, seconded by Vice Chair Jones. Thank you very kindly. Matter of personal privilege, it's good to see you, Mr. Carl Johnson. Welcome to the council meeting. This meeting is adjourned. Whew. Let's get out of here.
Is that you, Mr. Carl Dolphin?
How are you, man?